You are listening to Arkansas Public Theater's production of Amanda Kill, Episode 7. This episode contains violence and some sexuality. Therefore, it may not be suitable for some audiences. Discretion is advised.
Blurry vision, headaches, slow reaction times, bowel distress. No matter when you regain consciousness, it always feels like a dull, gray morning at Lastly Figdon's. And the worst part of waking up at Lastly's is realizing you passed out there. Lastly's is a small mobile home, putting everything within easy reach, such as dirty dishes under the dripping faucet, dead flies by the toaster oven, a bowl of cereal with something that's not cereal floating in it, several bottles partly filled with fluids, thawed TV dinners, stained curtains, and a bong.
My focus is family law. I'd make a great lawyer if I didn't have the felony convictions.
Good career choice. Glad you're doing well.
It's not pretty in here. Lastly and Lim Tuckerman are sitting in the dining nook. They've been drinking for 11 hours, starting when they left the Greasy Knob and went bowling, and ending here at Lastly's with a plastic bottle of coconut schnapps on the table between them. Lim's grandmother had told him that the best way to avoid a hangover is to stay drunk. Lim and Lastly have managed that part. But, like most folk remedies, it doesn't work in practice. Now they're drunk and hungover. The moral being, Lim shouldn't have taken his grandmother's advice on drinking, or on politics, car repair, birth control, what a woman really wants, or tattoos. But Lim's grandma is opinionated and assertive. 20 years in the Marines, 7 years in the oil fields, and the last 3 as a forklift operator have given her a taste of life few of us will ever know.
What's that sound?
My head. I'm trying to lift it off the table.
Where's my glass?
In your hand, almost to your mouth. A little higher. Now go left. No, my left. Stop. Open your mouth more. Okay.
This is terrible. What is it?
Coconut schnapps. I have acetaminophen. Or I could roll us a blunt.
Do another schnapps.
You missed. Don't lick it off the table.
Would you pour?
I'll try.
You missed too. Here, I'll just take it from the bottle.
Don't. The last guy that drank from that bottle had a cold sore the size of my big toe. Wait, is it that early?
7:30?
I've got to get showered and get to work.
Thanks for the all-nighter. I really needed this.
You're welcome. I can't believe it's been 10 years. And we work just down the street from each other.
Not anymore. I was fired, so I've decided to take a leave of absence. Maybe even an extended vacation.
Fired from the sheriff's department? You?
Yeah, I was responding to a noise complaint about a Tai Chi class at the city park. Anyway, I was going to the squad car to get more zip ties when the duty sergeant and the deputy walked up.
Were they your backup?
I thought so, and needed help carrying 30 zip-tie detainees to my squad car. Then, out of nowhere, the sergeant asked for my badge, sidearm, and keys to the vehicle. He let me keep my taser.
Did he say why?
It tingles.
Did he say why you were fired?
I don't meet department expectations.
Huh?
Then they took off in my squad car, so I gave the Tai Chi class a verbal warning and walked to the nearest bar. That's when you and I ran into each other.
You did seem low energy. Are those people still zip-tied?
Probably. They were elderly.
I tried so hard to dress my cat one day for a party for a friend that she didn't like. We argued until morning and she ran away. My credit card and some time was gonna put her right. An empty open road took her breath away. Nothing familiar when she rounded every bend. Any choice would be right since she didn't know the way. Arizona's full of strangers who don't wanna be your friends. Da-da-dum, la-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum. The sun didn't set for 3 long days. It gave her time to really think and get a tan. She hung up when she called me from a late-night cafe. She had the words but not the minutes to make me understand. Da-da-dum, la-da-da-da-da-dum. I woke up to a morning that was months away. I'd had a dream of my cat behind the wheel. She wrecked my car, she took my money, but I loved her anyway. She purred with such a look that I couldn't look away. I love her for all her feline days.
That is such a sweet song, Amanda. I'm so glad you stayed with the ukulele.
Sylvan.
Dunbarton City Park is only 2 miles from Lastly Figden's trailer, but the morning isn't hung over here. It's warm and beautiful. Birds are out, kids are playing, and everyone's head is clear. Amanda is sitting on a bench by the sidewalk, catching some sun as she tickles her ukulele. Sheriff Honeywell is being disingenuous with Amanda. There was a time when Sheriff Honeywell tickled her own ukulele every day. She was pleased with her nimble fingers and surprised at the notes she could produce.
This is the ukulele you gave me. I take it everywhere. I am so glad you sent me to Santa Cruz. I was living on the beach after the semester ended. There were these guys from Australia. I thought they wanted to party. They thought I'd died and washed up on the beach.
Amanda.
This girl and I were in my sleeping bag, and I was speaking Portuguese. She understood every word I said, and neither one of us knew Portuguese. That was the last time I washed my hair. At night, New Mexico is really cool on peyote.
Amanda.
There were 9 of us in my van. It was like this big game of who are you? But I didn't sleep with anyone I didn't know, and at first I didn't know anyone.
Amanda.
So my boss says I can't have any visible body modifications. I was like, what? It takes me an hour to put them on. I'm not spending another hour when I get to work taking them off. Not for some job. Goodbye, Dow Chemicals.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Why are you naked?
I'm doing my laundry.
Do you have enough money?
I have $325. Do you need some?
You are so sweet, always wanting to help people. You'll have even more money soon. I'm just waiting on some bank transfers. Do you like the work?
It's fun. I like the people.
Then you'll love your next gig.
Planning something special for that special someone? I have 3 words for you. 69 Janky. That's the only address you'll need to know. Though it's pronounced Janky by the locals, the street is actually named for Janka, the Austrian second wife of Florian Dinwiddie, the founder of Dinwiddie County. 69 Janky is cloth napkins, a wine list, and steak. In her review, the restaurant critic for the Daily Gossip said, "If it's not janky, it's not meat." And tonight is a special night with that special someone. James has invited Padma to dinner. They've been seated at a table for 2 near the harpist and are taking their first sip of their first glass of their first bottle of Cabernet.
I'm the youngest of 5 girls. My middle names were Daddy's first words when he heard he'd finally sired a man-child. And my parents were healthcare professionals. Mama was a test subject for paid medical experiments. Daddy filled prescriptions out of the trunk of his car. Daddy is the one man I will never know. He died during childbirth. The nurse said Mama's hands never left his throat.
Ooh, my childhood is pretty ordinary compared to that. My brother and I grew up in suburban Dallas. We were raised by our hippie neighbors. LSD, free love. Every day was this psychedelic swirl of musical colors and the mingling of human flesh. At last, I got my driver's license. I thought hitting the road would be my ticket to freedom. I could get far away from the dull routine of plentiful drugs and sex with attractive people. But when you do the asphalt grind, you learn a few things. And I learned that where I want to go is further than I want to drive.
Well, you know, I can drive. We could both use a vacation. Separate rooms, of course, unless you insist otherwise.
We're not going to Memphis together, even if you drive.
I'll buy the gas. If you sit in the back seat, you can drink. That's what I do.
James, don't. There's so much about me you don't know. I have a college degree and part of a semester of law school. I can get a job anywhere, anytime.
But so can I, Padma. I was a cosmologist before I got elected district attorney. Botox, permanent eyeliner, chemical peels, bikini waxing, male and female.
Cosmologist or cosmetologist?
The only difference between the two is a state license. A cosmologist is just as good. We even have an oath. Enhance the physical appearance to embolden sexual confidence and empower self-esteem.
I could use a little of that.
And I can give you a little of that in Memphis.
Don't you get it? I have a college degree, and that's not all. I've done some things I can't talk about. Things people want. Things that make a lot more money than an assistant district attorney. Like defense consulting.
So, we're still dating?
Hand me the goddamn bottle.
Whew. Glad we didn't order expensive wine. Padma, about us. We're friends. But at the risk of being transparent, I must say we're aligned. Your moon is in my house. I am your deep cleanse. You're my essential oil. Padma, I'm asking you to think with every organ in your heart and mind. Together, we work well. If we mix work and play, we'd work even weller. And all we have to do is open up to what we're really feeling. What we've tried to ignore, but what screams for expression. The feelings that have brought us to the edge of an emotional encounter so raw it can't be named. But it must be said. Both metaphorically and physically, we must stand naked before one another in all our shining glory.
James. This is very easy for me to say. I don't think of you as a friend. I think of you as a coworker and professional partner. I mean that both off and on the job. I don't like you, James. I admire you. Together, we can convict anyone of anything, anytime, anywhere. Ours is a shared pot of magic we have carefully brewed. But you, James, are a force of nature. No one currently in the criminal justice system can alter facts to guarantee a verdict like you. Your methods are used as examples in law school and cable television. For you, crime bosses talk, police officers stay silent, and widows disrobe. The only way I can describe you, James, is mindless brilliance.
So, we're still dating?
Oh my God.
Get that woman another bottle of wine. I know how she feels. I used to date a guy like that till I married him. Here's an imagination exercise. Close your eyes. You have a headache, explosive diarrhea, vomiting, stomach cramps, and unexplained bruises on your hands and knees. That's what it feels like to walk into Lastly Figden's trailer. Okay, I am speechless. Amanda does her own laundry? I am glad that Amanda is glad that Sheriff Honeywell stopped by. I got a little lost with everything Amanda said. Peyote does that to you. At least, peyote does that to me. Amanda is a banana slug? UC Santa Cruz is a college on a beach running on flower power. And no, Dow Chemicals did not recruit Amanda at an on-campus recruiting event. Dow hasn't been to UC Santa Cruz since Dow cooked up their first batch of Agent Orange. How do you like the traveling circus of James's love life? Padma was clotheslining him every time he tried to go deep. I am impressed James took her to 69 Janky. Not only did it cost James some serious coin, it means they both like meat. And, well, by the time Padma finishes her second full bottle of wine straight from the bottle, she might change her mind about James.
Thank you for listening to Amanda Kill, Episode 7, written and directed by Barry Cobbs. Featuring Amber Brown, Amy Eversole, Andria Lickfelt, Audrey Romero, Jamey McGaugh, Joseph K. Farmer, Julia Salatti, Julia Spears, Lamont Coleman, Laura Marie, NaTosha DeVon, and Tanner Pittman. Illustrated artwork by Christina Dean. Music by Lamont Coleman. And sound design by technical director Matt Etris. This has been an Arkansas Public Theater production. APT is a non-profit organization that relies on patrons like you. If you enjoyed Amanda Kill and would like to contribute, please visit arkansaspublictheater.org for more information. And please join us next week for Episode 8 of Amanda Kill.